Welcome back to the podcast, Catch It, A New Perception. My name is Ketuk. I encourage, if you find something in this podcast that you can appreciate, to share it with your friends, to share it with other people that you think could appreciate it and or benefit from it. As we begin this new season, today is the equinox. And we begin a new season with the fall equinox, like the spring equinox, the winter solstice, the summer solstice. Is it a season? Is it a year? Is it 13 weeks? Is it something new? Is it a new season? Are you leaving something behind? Did you finish something so you can start something new? What does it look like to you? What does it mean to you? Do you ever dream? Do you dream when you're awake? Do you remember your dreams when you're sleeping? When we get into a new season, and now that the equinox has passed within the last hour, are you seeing things different? The full moon was 5 days ago. Are you seeing things different? Has your perception changed? Do you still have the same perspective you've always had? Do you want it to change? The reason I ask this is I mentioned dreams a moment ago. And there's the dreams of our sleep time that we sometimes remember, sometimes don't. I know at a very young age, I say this because I believe I was talking at this point. I don't believe I had started school yet. I may have. I was very young. And I taught myself how to dream and what I would dream about. And I would go to bed knowing I would have the same repetitive dream all night long because I would create a dream. I created a dream that I wanted. And I would go to bed with that dream, and I would wake up with that dream. And as far as I know, all night long, I dreamt the same dream. Now, as I've talked to some people about it, I've probably had a little bit of trauma in my life at that point. Some people maybe wouldn't call it a little bit. There were some things going on in my world I didn't understand, so by having this dream, it helped me to be able to maybe not dream about other things. I don't know why I created it. I don't know how I taught myself to control my dreams or I taught myself what I was going to dream about every night. I just did. Now, since then, becoming an adult and now becoming an elder and living through some different stages in life, I've learned different things. And one of them is I don't have a need to control my dreams. Do I know how to? Yes, I do. Do I control my dreams? Very, very rarely, if at all. And part of it is because I think that dreams allow us to heal. And many of us, we dream for different reasons at different times. And sometimes it's to see something that we need to see. Bring it as close to our conscious mind through the subconscious that we can. Sometimes we dream to be able to deal with our past or to deal with something that's going on presently or to see things different. And sometimes they become repetitive dreams because we don't know a way out. Those are just a few examples. There's different reasons that we dream. And I say this through my own experience, that through teaching myself how to dream and what to dream, and I could fly in my dreams, and I can see a color, and just many different things that were very prevalent in my dreams. And then, when I say dreams, what does that mean? I was speaking with a friend yesterday, I think it was, about this. And I was talking about dreams, and he's like, oh, fantasizing. Okay. Use whatever terminology you choose. Fantasizing. What does that mean? How do you see fantasizing, or dreams, or a vision, if you will? What's it mean? I say that because some people will say, well, I'm just kind of dreaming about the future, and someone else is like, well, you're just fantasizing. That's not real. And someone else will say, it's a vision because I'm going to make it real. This is what I see happening in my life. A young person, maybe he or she is in high school and they have a vision of going to college. They have a dream of going to college. That's what they see in their future. So they envision it. Are they able to make it real because it was a dream? If it wasn't some type of vision or dream ahead of time, would they ever be able to get there? Now, for some people, college isn't something that's going to work out for them for whatever reason. Maybe financially, maybe otherwise, maybe academically, maybe whatever reason, it may not work out. And it might not be a desire to go on to further education. Whatever that dream is, and what you can become, what you can be, maybe is already in you, and it's already you. Maybe you need to be able to do certain things to make it more part of you. So when somebody says fantasy, oh, you're talking fantasy. No, I'm talking about a dream. I'm talking about a vision. I'm talking about what I'm going to do. I will speak it into existence. You see, there's many episodes of this podcast in the past where I use certain terminology, and actually one episode flows into the other. One of them goes back and connects to another podcast. Something we're saying connects to a podcast episode in the future. The dreams have been part of this the whole time. Do you think I could have started my 8th season of the podcast if I didn't have a vision, or I didn't have a dream, or a fantasy that I could maybe do a podcast one day? How many people have ever thought, well, that'd be kind of cool, it'd be nice to do a podcast, and don't follow through? It's like starting your own business. Either you're going to talk yourself into how you're going to succeed, or talk yourself into how you're going to fail. I understand both. I've done both. It's one reason that I speak the way that I do, and I want to speak things into existence, is because I believe if I am determined, I take action towards it, and I tell you this is what's going to happen, it will happen. In what time frame, I don't know. The way that I totally envision it, not necessarily. And I have to take action towards it. Again, this goes back to the things that we talked about very early on in the very first episodes of this podcast, and since then. I have to take an action to allow that dream to come true. I have to take an action to be able to think different so I can feel different. That is the dream. I will feel different when I take a different action. When I actually follow through, I will feel different. So again, even with my dreams, my thinking dictates how I feel. The fact that I'm able to make that dream come true because I'm willing to take the action. I'm willing to do the work. When it gets hard, I'm willing to do it. Do I want to? Not necessarily. Do I have a desire to? Somewhat. Am I willing to? Yes, I am. See, the desire's there because there's that willingness to. The desire's not there because sometimes I don't want to. What is going to give me the result to allow me to feel the way that I need to feel? Episodes of this podcast, the listeners are dwindling. The episodes come out every week for over 80 episodes consecutively every single week. A podcast episode has come out on this channel. And I'm getting very few listeners lately. So I could just walk away from it and say, nah, I don't need to do this anymore. It looks like it's coming to an end because people aren't listening, and that wasn't part of my vision. It wasn't part of my dream to walk away because it got hard or because no one was listening and no one was paying attention, no one looked my way. What am I supposed to do? Feel sorry for myself and give up and quit because it's hard? Because no one's listening and I'm not getting the attention that I want, I'm just going to take my ball and go home and you guys can't play with it either, even though there's a couple of people that still want to play ball? What if nobody wanted to and I was there by myself? And I'm trying to play a game of kickball and I'm a little kid and I'm on the playground and we had enough for 2 teams and now we don't, so we only have enough for a few people on a team. And then everybody goes home. And I'm there by myself. Can I realize that there's other things I can do other than play kickball? I don't have a basketball, but I can throw it into the hoop. And I can treat it like a basketball. And I can entertain myself and I can have fun. I don't have to walk away from it. Just because things are difficult or not the way that you envisioned them, if you quit, the vision will never come true. If you stop, the dream will never happen. Will the dream happen if I continue? I don't know. I don't know, but I know that if I quit, it won't. This is the essence of what I talk about in changing the way that I think, is that there has to be follow-through. There has to be a way in the changing seasons that things are going to be different. Because I'm not real tech savvy and I don't understand how to continue to get thousands of new listeners, so I will have thousands of new listeners on a regular basis, so I will always have hundreds of listeners stay. I don't know how to do that. Will I know in the future? I don't know. How long will this last? I don't know. I had a dream and I'm beginning an 8th season of this dream. What's your dream? Are you going to begin it? Are you going to walk through 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons and walk away? Are you going to realize maybe you're only doing it for yourself? And if other people aren't watching, other people aren't listening, other people aren't walking shoulder to shoulder with you, you're doing it for you. If you can do something for you to feel better today, I encourage you to go do it. Go for a walk. Jump on a bicycle, go for a little ride. Get on a motorcycle, go for a ride. Go for a little drive. Grab someone's hand that you love and go for a walk with them. Walk down by the river. Walk out in the woods. Walk down the street. Find a way to continue what you're doing. You give up and you have nothing. You continue and you have everything. Today, I choose to have everything. Looking forward to next time. Live in harmony with. and use the bounty of the land to bring kindness to the world.